recording.
Okay, please share for us.
Okay. Yeah, hey guys, back again in quarantine or still in quarantine like me. And yeah, let's think about bright future and new adventure instead of suffering alone here. Okay, let me share my screen first. Yeah, today I want to remind you that this pandemic situation will be over anytime soon and good days will come. And yeah, as you can see, your travel dream destination. Yeah, I have a question here. Have any of you ever thought traveling to Mongolia? If you so, please raise your hand or knock your hand. Oh, my friend Adam. Yeah, and I can assure that you must come to Mongolia because Mongolia is one of the world's most sparsely populated country and has one of the last surviving nomadic cultures. And Mongolia has many fantastic things to do and see for visitors. Okay, let's start with the brief introduction about my country. And Mongolia is located between Russia and China. It's a fully landlocked country, but even though the landscapes are diverse. In the northeast part, we have Lake Husu, and this lake is the second in Asia and 14th largest in the world. And this lake it contains 90% of total surface fresh water of Mongolia and 1% of world fresh water. And then in the southern part, there is Gulf Desert. It's famous for the prehistoric dinosaur footsteps, and which is fourth largest desert in the world. In the west, we have Kazakh ethnic groups, and it can be felt in the region's dress and costumes, which you may recognize them. They're famous eagle hunters. And during the October, you can catch the Golden Eagle Festival, which will be really unforgettable experience of your lifetime. So here I made the list of the best 5 things to do in Mongolia. So let's start. Firstly, let's sleeping under the countless stars. Yeah, while you're traveling here, you can experience sleeping under the countless stars, and while on outdoor camping or sleeping in the gear, as you can see in the picture, it's a gear and yurt. This is a traditional dwelling of Mongolian nomads. And secondly, camel riding in Gulf Desert, as I told you before, yeah, Gulf Desert, it's incredible famous for dinosaur reservoir. And the camel trekking during your tour will be fantastic and really exciting experience. So in every Wednesday, I hear some complaint about my professor. One of my professors, he always complained that dust pollution in Korea, which comes from China and Gulf Desert. Yeah, sorry for traveling there. And third best thing to do is you can meet with the real Mongol shaman. So shamanism centers on belief that men or women regarded as having access to the spirit world in order to protect or heal community of member or cure illness or guide souls. So that's why many Mongolians still believe in power of shaman. So they usually go there and ask help for their lives. Then dog sledding in frozen river in Mongolia. So this will be the thrilling winter adventure in Mongolia. So for your information, back to the 13th century, Marco Polo, the great traveler, he did it in Mongolia, but today you can do it too. And lastly, of course, horse riding in Mongolia. Yeah, but don't ask me whether I have a horse or not. Of course, I don't have. I'm a city girl. I can own the car, not horse here. And yeah, the horse riding is a true way to feel real Mongolia. And don't worry about whether you are experienced rider or that this is your first time, because we offer all level of riding tours. And so finally, yeah, come to my country and feel real freedom. And no internet access, no train plan, no overcrowd. We will welcome you and let you stress out. And the world is changing by modernization, civilization, but there are some unique cultures, hidden traditions are still existing. And enjoy your traveling here. Lastly, yeah, you come to Mongolia to see the other me. Yes, I'm kidding. Yeah, I was given by this mountain name, and this is such a mountain is one of the 13 eternal frozen snowy peak in here, and this is 4,000 kilometers above the sea level, and I worship to this mountain every morning right before the exam, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening, guys.
Thank you. I really want to go to travel in Mongolia. So what time was the her speech, Yun? It was yellow sign, right? I cannot hear you, Yun. Voice.
It was 6 minutes, 11 seconds, and sorry for not showing you the green card, just I was so into your speech, so I forgot to show you the, check the time.
Okay.
Okay, and then Chi-san, could you tell us?
Okay, Sutai's presentation was about if we wanted to travel to Mongolia, the natural beauties and the things that can be offered when we travel there. The lakes, the deserts. I was kind of curious about, can we see the aurora in Mongolia? Is it possible?
I don't think so.
What did you say? Can you see?
The aurora?
Aura?
Aurora.
Yeah, the
Aurora just, it looks like the rainbow curtain.
yeah, all the stars, they kind of like in a huge
Is it Milky Way?
there's another word for it, I can't.
Milky Way, right?
No, I don't.
No?
Not, it's a bit different. It's
But I know the answer. You cannot see the aurora there because aurora only shows like you can see only at the pole area around
okay.
yeah.
Oh, the
northern
North
part.
Pole. So, oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah. And also wanted to ask Satai, if we wanted to travel there, in Korean wons for maybe like a week or 10 days, how much money do we need to prepare to in Korean won if we wanted to travel realistic? Like,
I think 2 million won is enough for 10 days.
right. Okay. 200만 원. Yeah. Oh, I see.
But
Okay.
including airplane.
The flight then.
Flight isn't that expensive. It's around 400,000 won. 400,000 won.
Wow.
Oh. So I think it's. So we all need to save up to go. Will we be able to communicate in English to people?
Yeah, we
like,
have many tourist camp and organizing places.
Right. Okay. And I was kind of curious about the shamans. What is their social standing? Are they respected? And do like average normal people go to shamans to get advice on, when they're in trouble? Like,
Yeah.
how?
Shamans, they live like ordinary people, and some of them have ordinary job, but sometimes, or a special day in month or in a year, they have some rituals to cherish their spirit in them, and then including me, and many people want to go visit there, and to want to predict their future or ask some help for money and love, whatever, for their lives. And we have to pay money, of course.
How much is it for one time?
It depends on the people. Wanna
I think
visit?
that will be same as Korea.
Yeah, in
Are
Korea,
they
5만 원.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for one time. So, Muni, could you evaluate her speech?
Hi, Sky. Thank you for your speech. There are many useful information about your country, Mongolia. And then when I heard your presentation, your accent is I can understand your speech really properly. And then thank you for your helpful visual aids. And then yes, thank you.
Okay. I have a question. Like, if I arrive at city Ulaanbaatar and then I want to like travel around there like a desert, like it's really far from the city.
Yeah. Yeah, our territory is very big. It's 11th in the world. It's far.
Mm,
Some regions are really far.
mm,
Yeah, but anyway,
did
come.
Okay, I like your speech. And Professor, do you have any question to
Yes,
Sute?
I have questions and comments. First of all, I'm sorry I had to leave because there was a problem in a different room. So, okay, I think your positivity was very good, Satai. You started with very good energy, and your intention was to lift up everyone's spirits. However, basically, it was about Mongolia and what makes Mongolia so great, right? And when you're giving a speech, I think you always have to remember you are the unique voice that we cannot get anywhere else. The information that you gave us, we could find anywhere online, right? So maybe you did talk about it, but I didn't hear it. I think it's more interesting if you talk a little bit about your personal connection, like your personal experience, not only in Mongolia, but maybe comparing it to Korea. And since you're speaking to, I mean, here it's all Koreans, but you know, you're in Korea, even though our class is not all Koreans. I think it'd be interesting to talk more about like what are some misconceptions non-Mongolians have of Mongolia. You talked a little bit about that, but to me that's more interesting than just basically like a travel brochure. Here's why Mongolia is great. Here's why you should come, because we can find that anywhere. But your personal experience and your personal thoughts on like, you know, being a Mongolian studying in Korea, for example, that's pretty unique. So I would like to hear more about that, like your reflections on that. Maybe also you said you're a city girl. So for example, one misconception is that we tend to think of countries as homogeneous, but I'm sure your culture and your experience is very different than the Mongolians who are outside the city. So that's another thing you can talk about, or we could have talked about, I think.
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Professor.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Now we can
Yes,
adopt
thank you.
this slide.
Yes, we have